Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, have the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, whack packers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, my guest today is a legend in the fitness world. And in the annals of Stern Show history, he will go down as one of the greatest guests of all time. He is an inspiration to overweight people all around the world, and to date, he has helped them lose over 12 million pounds. He's a compassionate and a sensitive man who's not afraid to shed a tear on TV, and his bubbly personality is as bright and sparkling as his sequined wardrobe.
Are you it's Zaborski Christmas. Are you reading this? Because you did such a good job.
It's memorized for you, dear. The one and only Richard Simmons. Thank you for doing this.
You know what I like about you?
What?
You're pretty on the outside, but you're really, really pretty on the inside.
That's very kind. That means a lot. I'm a big fan of yours. I grew up working out to sweating to the oldies. I just want you to know that.
When you were a virgin.
What? Yes, 10 years old.
It's amazing. No matter where I go, people come up to me and they'll say, oh, you know, my grandmother and I did this when we were kids. And he's like 40. And it's just good to know that I'm able to help people out to love themselves more, because that's what it takes.
I think that's wonderful. Well, we had a lot of questions from the audience, so I'm going to jump right in.
Okay.
First question comes from Joseph M. Joseph asks, what is your favorite moment from The Stern Show, and do you miss doing The Stern Show on a regular basis?
My favorite ones is before the TVs and everything, when I used to dress up and come in and drive him crazy. Like one time I came in as a full nun. I went to Western Costumers in L.A. and I got like one of they were like a nun story, you know. It was like, but no one saw it. And then one time I came in like with a mustache and a brown wig and, you know, tattoos, and I threw him up against the cassettes, and I said that he upset my girlfriend. We have that picture here. I brought it to him. You know, Howard and I have a very strong friendship, and sometimes he upsets me, but, you know, then what I do is try to upset him more. It's
a good strategy. Question from Bill C. Bill asks, it seems like you've recently hit a new level of expressing yourself creatively. Your music videos, your daily photos in various outfits. Is there a specific event that sparked this new level of self-expression, and how important is self-expression to health?
When the king gets upset, he doesn't call for his wife or the cook. He calls for the court jester. And everyone takes fitness and everything so seriously, you know. Faster, harder, stronger, longer. And that's not me. I've always been a clown. And things have gotten worse in our country. You think with all the education we have about nutrition and exercise that we would really know more, but unfortunately we are the most obese that we've ever been in our history. So I said to myself, you know, what can I do to inspire them more? So dressing up and being more silly has seemed to work.
You get so emotional when you talk about that.
You know, because when I see an overweight person, it's like my head is on their body, because I not only walked in their shoes, but I ate in their shoes. And we eat for so many different reasons. Mostly, you know, people have been abused and they eat to shove down their emotions, or they're lonely, or they don't feel they're worth anything. They get up in the morning and they look in the mirror and go, I hate you, you're disgusting. And so if I can put on a wig or a crazy outfit, you know, and I see that they're laughing and moving, then, you know, I've done what I'm supposed to do.
That's beautiful.
No, it's okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Question from Gail H. Gail asks, I'm sure you have heard about Robin and what she went through. Have you reached out to her yet? And if not, do you want to send a message to her now?
Well, you know, I've known Robin forever, and I felt that Robin needed some quiet time and privacy. Mm-hmm. You know, I know her publicist, Tom, and he's my publicist, and I asked weekly how she was doing, and she's doing great, and I've certainly kept her in my prayers. But the problem with Robin is she's always wanted to be as pretty as I am. And, you know, here lies the problem. You know, jealousy is a terrible thing. I think she's very attractive, but let's face it, you know, she's never going to have any looks. She's never going to have my skin, my expressions in my eyes. No, I love her. I love her. But she's a very private lady, But I know where she lives. I thought for Halloween I would do maybe Planet of the Apes.
Oh, awesome. Question from Elysia Lisa asks, how did you get into the exercise and diet field, and what would you have done in your life if you hadn't taken up this course?
Well, I wanted to be a priest because everybody in New Orleans is Catholic, and I went to Catholic school, and I thought that would be in it, but those outfits were dreadful.
Sure.
The black with the hanging rosary, it had no crystals on it. Yeah. Then I wanted to be a doctor, and I went to med school.
Oh, wow.
But it wasn't for me. I decided to work with alive people. And I had lost all my weight, not by exercising, by stupid dieting, laxatives, and throwing up. And then I came to LA and I went around and went to different kind of exercise classes, but I didn't see any overweight people. Everyone was like a Q-tip and spandex, and I said, where do the overweight people go? So 40 years they opened my studio, 40 years ago.
Wow, congratulations.
It's called Simmons, and it's in Beverly Hills, and it's $12 a class, and people come and have a good time.
I love it. Question from David A. David asks, who was your biggest role model when you were a child, and who is your biggest role model now?
I'm going to have to say my brother Lenny. He was the perfect child. People got A's in school. He got A squares. She's too pretty. I can't do anything.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I mean, your teeth and you're just like if I had some whipped cream and a maraschino cherry, you'd be dessert.
That is so thoughtful.
And if I was married to you, I'd put you in a jacuzzi of peach champagne from Whole Foods.
That sounds amazing.
And feed you homemade chocolate.
I love the sound of that. I'm sorry, I'm spoken for. You're my second pick. Is there a role model today that
my brother works with Kiwanis. He helps children. I really look up to him because he had to put up with all my craziness as a child, and it was pretty crazy. I was a mischievous child, not a bad child, but it's like for my mother, we'd go to a restaurant, she always took her high heels off. She was only 4'6", and she wore 4-inch heels, and I'd get a glass of water, and I'd weasel down under the table, and I'd pour water in her high heels. So then when she put them on. Yeah. And my father, I just had this humorous outlook on life. And they wanted me to have a lobotomy, and my mother just put her foot down and said, maybe next year.
Question from Sarah G. Sarah asks, why the shorts?
Well, to tell you the truth, there's always a story behind it. When I lost my weight, you can't even see my shorts. When I lost my weight, when you lose weight, you're left with this roll. Because of skin.
Okay.
You can have it taken off, but I chose I didn't want to do that. So I was looking at the Harlem Globetrotters, and they had shorts on and a tank that was sort of cut this way. So I thought if I cut them this way and wore shorts, that the emphasis would be on my legs and it wouldn't be on this roll. And then so I curved that to cover the roll.
So more of a defensive dressing mechanism.
Yeah, it was, don't look at this.
I gotcha.
Said it with lady. Well, I hate my legs. I hate my arms. I hate my thigh. You have to sort of say, well, let me camouflage this. Because my mother was a showgirl and my father was a dancer. So let's just showcase the things that you have that are good.
That makes sense. Now I have a very sensitive follow-up question from Gary K. He asks, has one of your nuts ever slipped out of your shorts? It could happen.
It actually has.
Okay.
And it was actually on a nighttime talk show.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And, it just happened. But, look, I said to myself, Dick, hey, just act like it didn't happen. So I crossed my legs. I kind of did this like I was getting a brewski.
A good plan. Question from Tim M. Tim asks, why do you cry so much?
When it cries from the heavens, it's the angels crying for us on this earth. And when a human cries, it's to cleanse the soul of sadness.
I think
Honestly.
you called him a broad.
No, I did. I loved it. I'm going to go out and say something.
You said that.
I'm going to bring him back in here. Wait.
Then he said he appealed to both sexes.
Oh, there he is. He's out the door.
Go. That way.
Wait, he doesn't even know where to go.
Follow Gary. Tell Lisa to pin him down.
Hurry, Howard. He's in the elevator.
No, don't let him go. Do not let him go. Why are you guys just standing there?
Oh, my
Camera
God.
guys, stop the door.
Oh, stop. Will somebody stop
Will someone
it?
go? Stop it!
What do you mean like that? I'm okay, Howard. Richard, come on.
The guy in the elevator's having a great time.
Really? Are you for real? Richard.
Oh, he's just...
Oh, Richard, come on.
Guy in the elevator's on his way to
come
work.
back
He's seeing Howard Stern consoling a crying Richard.
Come on. Come back in. I want to call it. For real. Richard, please. Don't go.
Oh, come on, Rich. Come on.
Massage his back.
Come on.
Hey, let the guy go. He's got to get down to accounting.
Tell him to come out of the elevator at least. That guy's got to go.
No, come on.
Tell him to come out of the elevator.
We have to talk about this.
All right, I'm sorry.
Richard.
I feel awful.
It's all right.
You called
All
him a
right, I'll leave
chick.
you alone.
Yeah.
You know, even though I'm a court jester, I have a very serious career. I talk to 30 to 50 overweight, obese, and housebound people a day. And often, they die on the phone talking to me.
Oh my God.
So there'll be someone in a nursing home, and I'll call them, and I'm the last voice they hear. Which is very difficult. Because, you know, I wish I could just help the whole world, but the world isn't like that. You know, you can reach some people and give them the guidelines of losing weight. You know, they're diabetic. They had 4 toes cut off. So, you know, you try to just give them that rope to hold on to, and so that they can get better, but sometimes they don't. There's just so much damage there from parents, from siblings, that they never see the rainbows. They never see them.
It's a lot of sadness for you to hold.
Yeah, it is. And I have to be honest with you. A few years back, I bought a weeping willow tree. And after I do like 10 calls, I go under that tree and cry. But then, you know, then I go, okay, let's get back to the phones. You may save a life today. You may, you know, or you may win, you know, a free pizza. I love this when I call some of these very overweight men and women. They'll go, hello? I'll go, hi, my name's Ted, and you have just won pizza for 6 months. I'm dying here in the hospital. I go, it's Richard. So it's to make people laugh. Laughter is, I wrote a song called You Don't Have to Be Thomas Edison to know that laughter is the best medicine.
Sing a little bit for us.
You don't have to be Thomas Edison to know that laughter is the best medicine.
That's awesome. I like it. Thomas Edison was not a doctor, but he has... Question from Nancy V. Nancy asked, on your wiki page, there is nothing under personal life, not one word. Why are you so secretive about your personal life?
Because I really don't have one. You know, if I had one, I would let people know. But to tell you the truth, no one would want me.
That's a terrible thing to say.
I know, because it's my career comes first, second, and third. In order for you to have a relationship, in order for you to fall in love, in order for you to have that, it has to take time. It's like, if I want to see a movie, I'll go. Am I going to see a movie, or am I going to call 20 more people? You know, this is what I was meant to do. Everybody is my kids. When I help these kids and teenagers, they're like my children, because I may guide them to a better place where they're going to have a real life. But in my past life, I was a football player, married to a cheerleader, and we had 6 children in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Good plan. Question from Sean R. Sean asks, when you hear the words Baba Booey, do they make you laugh, smile, or cry? Also, we would love to hear your best Baba Booey.
I don't get the whole Baba Booey thing.
You don't get it?
I think it's silly and childish and juvenile. It sounds like it's a little toy to buy kids. And this year, Baba Booey is going to be under your tree. Baba Booey is that great, great Christmas gift that'll just keep giving. What does it mean?
Well, it's a reference to Gary, before
I know
mispronounced
that.
Baba Louie.
Oh, great. It's really great. That was a great, in-depth
It
question.
really was.
Thank you so much. What was
that
your name?
was
What was your name?
Sean R. That was Sean.
That was just great.
I want to thank Richard for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can send an email submission or a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time today?
Hi, I'm Rachel, and there are people that I don't want to interview, but I'm forced to. And I try to put on a happy face and read the questions, but actually they disgust me. And I don't even want to be in the same room with them. I feel like I'm in a room filled with garbage from behind McDonald's. But being a journalist, I have to actually just be professional. I don't even like the people on the other side of the camera that I work with. I didn't have a choice to work with these people. I was told that.
That was absolutely fantastic.